I have some good news for you. Okay, no matter what you've been working on, no matter how much you've been kind of helping yourself out in what's happening around us, I'm noticing that we don't really have to work that hard. We just need to be working on the thing that our hearts, like our heart's passion and our hearts, like deep down, we all kind of know who we are and what we're good at and the things we like. It's just we grow up and then we start to deny ourselves these things, right? We start to think our gifting isn't real, that maybe it's in our head, or however you've been programmed into the matrix. And now we're considering a lot of us to come back to who we were, to who we are in our pure forms, to not be programmed or manipulated or pressurized, but to be free, to have expression, and to be free of fear, and to be free of opinions, and just to be ourselves. As long as obviously we're not causing harm to another, and we're operating in respect and honor, I think this is a good way to live. And so many of us now are starting to wake up and come back to our heart's desires. And so I want you to know something, okay? Toiling is the effect of a low vibrational person. They have to toil and toil and toil to get what they want. And the whole time they're in fear, they're pressurized, they're oppressed, they're not in peace. Then you get some people and they're always in these high vibrations and things just happen to them and doors just open. And they're like, how does this happen to you, man? How do you get so many opportunities? And a lot, if you're not in the elitist and you're like doing all this nasty stuff to get ahead, but if you're actually one of the good guys, what happens is you start moving into the 5D. And as you go into the 5D, your manifestation ability also kind of rises with it. And so and also your synchronicities, because as your synchronicities grow, then you start to sync up with who you actually are, what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go. And all of that combines together to actually open up this energetic field to get your Taurus field in full activation, where your high vibration is coupled with your heart's true purpose, which then puts you in just a even more higher of a vibration even still. And so all of this together, when you think about it, we can actually create, like, yeah, if you want to work hard, but don't work hard to the point where you're actually dropping your vibration, right? To where you're miserable or tired or that. There's a sweet spot in the balance. And the cool part about operating in the 5D is you don't have to work yourself to the bone, but you do have to stay in balance. Yes, push yourself if you feel the need to push, right? There's a season for harvest. There's a season for planting seed. And the day after you plant seed, don't expect a harvest. You're going to have to work that field bit by bit. Just like we have to work on ourselves bit by bit. Even this is a field, and we can decide to plant in it whatever thoughts we want, whatever vibrations we want, whatever intentions we want. And then we have to look at that field every once in a while and go, what am I planting there? Did I plant things that I'm going to be proud of next year? Who do I want to be in a year? Where am I going? Where's my path? What am I doing? And when you start to answer these things, it actually starts to speed up your progress. It actually speeds it up because you start to meet the right people. And then instead of working hard, now you have a connection here and you can kind of sidestep some of the hard work. And then instead of you having to learn all of these skills, you meet up with people that already have these skills. And then a lot of them will want to work with you. If you're good and honorable and you actually are doing this for the better of humanity, it's like, who's not going to want to help you? Only the nasty people? You don't want to work with them anyway. So stay true in all of those things. And then as you're staying true, remember, we hold the cards. As you start to follow who you are, everything starts to open up and you start to blossom like a flower, even in the midst of all of this chaos that we're in. And then as we're all starting to blossom, we actually start to pull up the consciousness of humanity because of how high our vibrations are. And then that changes everything.